It's 1996. You and your friends are cruising along, tossing shells at one another, maybe even eating some mushrooms to go a little bit faster. Times are good. Then 1 year later passes, and everything changed. We got airplanes. We got hovercrafts. Of course, we still got karts. But this isn't Mario Kart. This is something completely different. This is Diddy Kong Racing. Now, with the rose-tinted glasses still on, this is the greatest kart racing game, in my opinion. We got 3 vehicles. We have a range of wacky characters, some from some other IPs, and some strictly meant for Diddy Kong Racing. Now, taking these rose-tinted glasses off, what does the game look like? Or better yet, let's see how it's aged. Now, the first thing you're probably going to remember from this intro is the Rare logo, with the terrifying laughing kids. Laughing directly at you. Once you get through that, you're greeted with this beautiful music. And also an introduction to this wacky, zany cast of characters. Now, to go through the list of these characters, the main man, Diddy Kong. We got Banjo from Banjo-Kazooie. We got KONKER the squirrel from KONKER's Bad Fur Day. Tip Tup the turtle, also from Banjo-Kazooie. And then KRUNCH the Kremlin. And there are other playable characters as well. So we have Bumper the badger, Timber the tiger, Pipsy the mouse, Drumstick the rooster, and the unlockable character, TT, whose voice you'll hear a lot throughout this game. So after you're introduced to these characters, you kind of just met with a pretty basic menu, which honestly, it's 1997. Can't really expect much more. You have your options, and then you have your start. Now within the start menu, this is where things kind of differ. Even in modern age, you're greeted with a word. And that word is adventure. Adventure. The literal definition of this word means an unusual, exciting, typically hazardous experience or activity. Good description of the game, honestly. Now, when you load into this adventure for the first time, you get to pick your character, and then you're off. There's really no hand-holding at all. You just kind of load in, and then you get to meet Taj the genie. So this is going to be your ally throughout your adventure. He'll allow you to switch vehicles at any time. Literally, go talk to him. You can fly a plane. You can use the hovercraft. Would not recommend using the hovercraft. The handling is horrible. Or you can drive around in your cart. Definitely drove around in the cart to begin with and went to our first world. Now, this is where things are also different. This is an open world. When I was a kid, this was crazy. You know, I played Mario Kart. We had our menus, we could load in, awesome battle mode, everything like that. But loading into an open world and having this freedom to choose where I'd go, it's insane. So there I was, on my replay, and I drove to the first world that we know and love. Now you're going to go through these worlds and you're going to see doors. And on these doors, we have balloons. So, like stars in, say, Mario 64, you need more balloons in order to open certain doors and unlock certain worlds. And then, it's a kart racer. You know, you start off in your kart. First race, the handling took me a little bit to get used to, but honestly, nowadays, this game even handles so good. You can drift, and you have balloons that you can get on the course, and these give you your weapons like rockets, and speed boosts, and everything like that. But once again, this is where Diddy Kong Racing brings in some variety. So you can collect these balloons, and if you hold on to your item and then drive over a balloon of the same color, your item will actually level up. So you can get the rockets, collect it, and then you'll get a heat-seeking rocket. Collect it again, and then you get 10 rockets. Cool. So there was a lot that Diddy Kong Racing was doing different. It wasn't just a copy and paste of Mario Kart with Rare's characters. This was a whole new kart experience. Comparing this to Mario 64, it's really not easy to do. Now, when going back into the game now, on my first race, one thing that kind of stood out was the AI. Not too challenging to start out. I remember it being a lot more difficult, but the first race, cruised through, easy victory, and I got to be greeted again by Taj to award me with my first balloon. So the progression, pretty basic: complete races, receive balloons, and try to unlock all the doors. Now, once you go through this, collect enough balloons, you'll be able to open up the boss door. This is the thing that I remember the most. Racing against animals, whatever, and seeing if your little cart could beat, first and foremost, I guess, we had Tricky the Triceratops. So your first area is the Dino Domain, and you have to go against Tricky the Triceratops and race him up a winding road. What? This broke my little brain, and this still continues to break my still little brain, because I never thought of racing other beings or sentient creatures that aren't actually in a vehicle. It was new, and it was exciting to be able to do this, and it also was No way. Tricky the Triceratops is fast. Now, Tricky the Triceratops can also run you over and derail your whole race. So it was fun. It was frustrating. Got through it in 3 tries or so. No big deal. But then after you complete Tricky the Triceratops, you go back to your Dino Domain, and now you have to complete what are called silver coin challenges. So it's going to be your same race, difficulty upped a little bit, and you have to collect all the silver coins on the track in order to actually complete this race. So it does get a little redundant with the gameplay. I'll say that for sure. But it does give you a little bit of replayability. And then once you complete this, you go and race Tricky the Triceratops again, except there's falling trees everywhere, and he's so fast, it's ridiculous. Like, this is where my kid brain would have multiple instances of just collapse. And my adult brain felt the same way.
Oh!
He's too fast! Give me that bread!
Like, bro.
So angry, so frustrated. But we took down Tricky the Triceratops, and that is where you unlock your first heirloom. That's the goal here. You're not really told that to begin with, but once you beat Tricky, then you start to figure it out. All right, we need to unlock all these pieces of Whizpig's face on the main island in order to reach the final boss. And the thing that's really cool is once you do defeat Tricky the Triceratops and the other bosses, you still have free roam of this world. So I could go into the Dino Domain, I could grab the key on one course and unlock a fun battle challenge. Don't do that in the Dino Domain. Don't. Just watch this. It's not fun.
I gotta protect him. No, get away, Conker. Bro. I'll stay away now. Let my babies hatch. Let my babies hatch. Come on. Oh my god. Ah! Come on. Drop it. Drop it. Mine. I took that! Oh, stay away. No, this is impossible. This is impossible. There's only one. No. Oh my. No. Fourth? Murdered. Thank you. We're doing our circle technique. We're doing our circle technique. Not working this time. My God. What's up, Conker? Bad fur day, huh? My egg was hatched. That's crazy. Game's broke. Deep breath.
But when you complete that, you got to go to the rest of the worlds. And you can do this whenever you want. You don't have to do this in any specific order. Of course, some of the other worlds will require more balloons, so you might want to start getting balloons in the easier stages before going to the next. But you can go back to the main space or the main hub, and you actually have to race Taj, the genie, sometimes. So you'll race him in a plane, in a cart, in your hovercraft, just for some extra balloons. It's pretty fun, and you can do those challenges really whenever you'd like. So that's another bonus to add to the exploration aspect of this main hub. Now let's just kind of skip ahead. We'll go through some of the other bosses here, see the difficulty if it does line up with Tricky the Triceratops, but I don't want to make this video too long, as it's not really a playthrough, it's more of just a refresh of what this game was actually like. So then continuing on with our adventure, we went through the same process except in our different worlds, Snowflake Mountain, Sherbert Island, and then the mysterious hidden behind a waterfall Dragon Forest. Now going through these different battle stages and worlds, things got easier, oddly, especially the bosses. They were like first try for most of them, and the last boss, Smokey the Dragon, was so easy. Like, I literally had a huge lead. So comparing Tricky the Triceratops to Bluey the Walrus, and also Bubbler the Octopus, it seemed like the boss difficulty just started to go down. So that's where I think this game can kind of show its age. The first boss shouldn't be the hardest boss, especially at a game aimed towards a younger demographic. But they were still fun, still pretty unique races, some involving laps, with others just being a straight through start to finish. Now, the difficulty might have gone down in the general races and the boss races, but silver coin challenges are the worst thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Honestly, if someone came up to me and they're like, here's $5 million, but only in silver coins, I'd turn them down. I'd say, get out of my house. Why are you in here? I don't want your $5 million. I'm just kidding. If you have $5 million in silver coins, I'll take it. I'll take it. But once I got through all the bosses, everything explored, I went into my final silver coin challenge and noticed I didn't have enough balloons. I thought you could get enough balloons just completing all the general races, but then I realized, okay, I might have to go and do one of the battle challenges collecting those eggs, so I went and completed that. Oh yeah, this is how you get TT. Okay, that's fine. Maybe I just have to complete more trophy things, because you can do trophy races, which are like Grand Prix, like Mario Kart. So I went, did a couple of those. No balloon. Cool. Very cool. Do I have to do all of the trophy races? No, you just have to explore. See, I'm so used to games nowadays kind of telling me exactly where I need to go that I didn't realize I just had to explore a little bit. And there, I found the last balloon needed to complete the last silver coin challenge. Regretfully. Because now you have to go against the final boss, Whiz Pig. Now, Whiz Pig is cracked. Whiz Pig is insane. Whiz Pig is the fastest thing to ever grace anything. So there, I went against Whiz Pig, and I had to click the restart race button just a few times. Then I had to leave, and I had to try a new character. A couple of times.
Bro, it's impossible. Come on.
I'm Diddy.
But after saying last try 16 times in one night, finally happened. Now this race was intense. I had Diddy, and I thought I was going to lose. But I thought to myself, kids can complete this. This isn't impossible. So I went into it optimistic, but extremely pessimistic at the same time. Now, what you have to do to complete this stage is get green boosts on every single zipper, which are the boost pads. In order to do this, you have to let go of acceleration and let it just control you. And this caused so many issues for me. But on this last run through, I felt a surge of confidence through my body. I took my gamer stance to a next level, leaning so close to my monitor that my eyes started to bleed, figuratively. Now I could see the finish line. I could taste it. I would get behind WizPig and then gain the lead back a little bit. So sweat pouring down my entire body. I got that zipper, green. I got another zipper, green. And last zipper, green, to finally cross the finish line ahead of this stupidly, ridiculously fast pig. And then we partied. So technically that is the ending of Diddy Kong Racing. Kind of cool, kind of anticlimactic until WizPig appears out of nowhere. Starts shooting the party, which is kind of crazy, honestly, for a kid's game. And then escapes in his spaceship. And there is actually another secret world if you do complete all of the trophy challenges, or I guess you can go up to space and battle WizPig. But the credits rolled, so I counted that as completion. Because this isn't a completionist channel, this is just seeing how things aged. So now we're getting to the final thoughts. How did Diddy Kong Racing age? So it came out in 1997. Graphically, I think it still looks awesome. I love the art design. I love the characters, the levels. It all is beautiful, vibrant, and just really fun. Especially with the bosses not being in carts and just kind of being animals and whatnot you have to race. It was a really cool take on kart racing. I really got sick and tired of the handling, though. It was so frustrating and so redundant with the level design. You know, you complete these races, then you go complete the boss, and then you literally have to do it again, except you have to follow the silver coins, which whoever designed those, you're very mean. So overall, game design, for its time, it was good, but honestly, it was more frustrating than fun. How I would say that Diddy Kong Racing aged, I would say fine. Just fine. Not good, not bad, just fine. But that is the end of my first video on this channel. I've wanted to do kind of a commentary style channel for the longest time. I love all those commentators out there in the YouTube world, but I just didn't know how to approach it until this idea struck. So we're not just gonna do games, we're gonna do movies, TV shows, and I think we have a movie coming next week. Every Friday we're gonna be dropping. So if you do want, you can subscribe, like, comment any suggestions so I can watch them or play them and see exactly how it's aged. All right, thanks again for watching if you did stick it out to the end, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep aging.